to the halftime show with Greg Iwinski. It is halftime of the NBA Finals, Game 4, which felt like it might be a sweep until about 5 minutes into the game. That was clearly not going to be a sweep. So a real stomping. I don't even know how we're going to describe this game. My guest today is a long-time friend, a long time friend. A friend from so far back, teams where Steph Curry wasn't a thing yet. It is my friend John Thibodeaux, comedian, television writer, bon vivant, John Thibodeaux. John, thank you for coming and being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We're going to start our timer. This is a 15-minute long show. That's how much time we have. Quite a bit to talk about because I don't think anyone expected it to go this way. 61-35 first half. Dallas, not just rolling. I mean, Dallas rolling in the sense that they've got Luka has 25 points. Kyrie only has 11, but everybody else has shown up. It's those little numbers adding up. Maxey with 5, Derek with 6, Exum with 5, all of that adding up. Whereas for the Celtics, if you are not named Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, then you're a starter, there are 6 points from the starters that aren't those two guys.
Yeah.
So
their
rough.
offense is broken. The Celtics offense is broken, I think mainly because of the defense Dallas has finally decided to start playing.
And, well, I will say Boston is getting some open looks off that drive and dish defense that they've been trying, but it is not going in. I mean, the Celtics have made one more shot than Luka.
Yeah. They're off rhythm all night. They're not doing what they're great at doing, which is, moving the ball quickly and efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
In the first quarter, they got bogged down. A lot of into the shot clock, Tatum and Brown ISO situations where they're throwing up, shots over contests. They make them that sometimes they have a lot of points. They have all the team's points pretty much, but they're not going to win that way. The scary part of the Celtics is when they're doing that and they're still in the game, which they were like doing that in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. They were like still in the game, but they didn't look right, and the offense wasn't doing what it normally does. But they were still in it. And if Dallas starts getting a little slow on their feet on defense, the Celtics could be right back in it if they start draining some threes because they're not shooting beyond the arc at all, and they're not. What they do is shoot a million threes.
Yeah, both teams have made 5 threes. So if they get any kind of that advantage, it comes back real quick. I do think that you do have the feeling that they could make it a game. Real strong start to the third quarter, and then it goes from being, a 26-point game to 15-point game, 10-point, you get it close. Who knows?
Yeah.
This is the, the thing we always say, role players play better at home. Something which is it's one of the few basketball sayings that does not also cross over to comedy. There's no you play better at home. Your writing staff plays better at home. No,
I feel like comedy, performing in general is one of those situations where you love the audience, but they're never yours. You have to win them,
Oh, yeah. Imagine that for every NBA game you came out and the whole arena was like, impress us.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm not sure about this. What does it say here, honey? Basketball?
Oh. Derek Lively? We'll see if he's lively. Let's go.
It says in the playbill he didn't even go to college.
And then Luka has to stop and do a bunch of captioned crowd work Instagram videos to keep his career going. There are some other, also there's a lot that could have gone on. They've been in Dallas for a couple days. Could have had bad barbecue. Could have stayed up too late. I mean, there's so many things. I do think it's funny that Doris Burke and the announcers are so shocked that Dallas is playing so hard. They're like, wow, the Mavs are really playing with everything. Yeah, because this is their last game. Of course they're playing harder than Boston. Boston knows somewhere in your heart, you're like, if we lose, we go home and we win the championship in front of our fans.
Yeah, it's true. If they, if Dallas beats them at home, then it becomes a series again. I mean, this is
Yeah.
just a throwaway game on their account, but a sweep is always nice. It would be nice to get a sweep.
I mean, I will say that the Boston Police Department is praying for Dallas to win this game because Yankees Red Sox is happening right now. And they
Yeah.
tried to move the start time up so that it wouldn't end at the same time. And then there was a rain delay. So now, if the Celtics win the title, it will be as Yankees Red Sox lets out at Fenway. And Boston will just be a true nightmare.
There's going to be a lot of drunk, people looking to do property damage.
Yeah. Yes. What can I smash?
Yeah.
So, what else did I have in here? Jason Tatum,
Yes.
known dad guy. We has, there's wife guys, there's dad guys. I'm a dad guy. Jason Tatum is a dad guy. His son is sitting behind the basket baseline, second row, which I think is very smart because you do not want someone to fall on your child.
Yeah.
And also, but I do think you do want, if you win your first NBA title, you want your family there for the first hour that you're celebrating.
And the little cute kid is in the building.
Yeah.
That's
Get the pictures,
Yeah.
holding it, there, all this stuff, and then about an hour in, or when everybody's about to leave, you're like, okay, you can go to bed now, buddy. I gotta go.
I imagine they're very tired. I don't understand these, like, when people win the championship, they're like, oh, though I stayed up for 3 days. Like, how do you even do that? Every day I'm ready to go to bed when it's time to go to bed.
I think it's just it's adrenaline and just being really drunk really fast.
Yeah.
Like, remember when we were in Chicago when the Blackhawks would win the Stanley Cups, and they would fly home and then party for like 20. You just get text, they're at this bar, they're at this bar, they're at this bar.
That's exactly what I was referencing when I was thinking of athletes staying up for 1,000,000 hours. In my head, I was thinking Blackhawks, Chicago.
Yeah.
They'd be spotted around town for like 4 straight days.
Yeah, and you just keep getting texts that be like, if you want to see the cup, you got to get into this bar. And you're an improviser. They're never going to let you in. You're not cool. But just get in the bar and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Improvisers can drink, though. I know that.
That's true. We can
In
drink,
Chicago,
we can drink hockey players under the table.
No. I didn't say all that. I don't want that smoke, dude. I don't want that smoke. Those guys are Canadian. They're professionals, man.
This is such a weird score that you wonder if it's an aberration. Did they find something? Did Jason Kidd figure something out with that defense? Because it does seem obviously defensive. Because if it was 61, if the Mavs had 61 and Boston had 55, you'd think it was a totally normal half. It's not that Dallas has 90 and a half. It's that Boston they had 11 or 14 in the second quarter. I mean, they're having like crazy low scoring. You're going a full minute without scoring at a time, like that level of.
Yeah. They're really getting up on screens. I mean, I feel like that's a normal thing that people got to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm going to comment on Instagram that the Celtics they've turned into the Mavs, and I do. It is a little bit of, it's a frantic offense, throwing it to your star with 3 seconds left, hoping they'll bail you out.
Yeah.
And then I think the Joe Mazzulla tape. I mean, Joe Mazzulla, interesting guy. Fellow Catholic, pretty intense guy though.
He looks so intense, man. He's got those crazy eyes. He's got crazy eyes a little bit, but like then he starts spouting off facts at like such a rapid fire pace, and you're like, he just lives and breathes. His brain is wired for this job. And you're like, okay,
he doesn't seem like a fun hang, but he seems like a real good coach.
No, I mean, before one of the games or during one of the games, they showed footage of him and the coaches having a basketball game. And he was taking it way too seriously. He was like boxing people out with his whole body weight and like going for contests, like getting in the landing zone on threes and stuff. And it looked like, that person that everybody knows at some point in their life who just like takes things way too seriously. He's the environment.
He's how an Aaron Sorkin comedian character is in Studio 60. That's how he is about basketball. He's like, like how they were like, Chaucer said this about comedy, and you're like, I don't know anyone. That's him in basketball. So I wonder if they do win, even if it's on Monday, will we see some emotion? Get a Kevin Garnett moment from Joe Mazzulla?
I don't know. Probably not.
He will thank God. He will
Yeah.
maybe thank. Does he have a family? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
He'll
Yeah.
thank James Naismith, and then maybe he's the new Belichick.
His Spalding basketball is his pillow. He's probably one of those people.
You have to smell it to sleep. Yeah,
Yes.
he's just he'll be like on to Minnesota. He's just gonna be that no days off guy.
Yeah. Wait, there's a clock in my thing, and it says we're approaching 15 minutes.
Oh, that includes our the time before we started, where
Oh, yeah.
where we told people the show was coming soon. We have 5 minutes left
Oh, okay,
before the
yeah,
second half.
yeah.
So,
Okay, good.
in
I'm not the official timekeeper
yeah,
here.
if this show continues with any kind of budget, we will have a clock in one of the corners of the screen where everyone can see it. Right
Yeah.
now, it's just timer on my phone because this show costs -$. Um,
Why even call it
we
a show? At this point,
yeah
it's just me. I'm talking to my buddy.
yeah we have only for my own dignity. We have 5 minutes left, so let's talk about the stupidest stuff possible. Our third referee, so the guy
Yeah.
working his way up to one day be Scott Foster, because of course they brought all Scotty in for this game. James Williams, 14 seasons in the NBA. He's born in 1979, a little bit older, in Memphis, Tennessee. Went to high school in Indiana, then went to Purdue, so stayed an Indiana guy. Don't let him ref Pacers games. That's biased. And yeah, he's from Memphis. Nice young black ref. You see him. He doesn't get in a lot of fights with players. You don't see anything crazy. Also, might not have tenure to get in fights with a lot of players. But as
You
always,
track the refs more than I do. You
I
track the refs
track.
a lot more than I
I track. There's another comedy writer who lives in LA, and she and I text about the refs every game. We are so deep into ref world. I mean, these. Yes,
do.
I'm obsessed with the refs. And you and I used to have tickets to the Nets and go to those games, and I would
Yes.
love
Yes.
looking up the refs and yelling at the refs. But James, the fun facts of the NBA, I need to do I need like a last week tonight deep dive on how these fun facts happened and who asked them and why. Okay, so he has some of the whitest and blackest answers because favorite TV show Snowfall. A lot of white people don't even know Snowfall is a show.
Yeah. But
So
it sounds white. The title sounds
that's true. It does sound like that.
Is it
Favorite,
snow?
but then favorite movie Shawshank.
Yeah.
That's like because
that's
remember every ref is a dad. Every ref is dad
Yeah.
culture. So
Yeah.
Shawshank's good. Like that's cool. They like Shawshank, Top Gun. They like Steaks. They're
Turn
like
on
dads.
TBS at any moment, at any given time. Shawshank
Oh,
is
yeah.
on. It's like your world is such a more happy place when your favorite movie is always playing. So why not pick your favorite movie as a movie that's always playing? That's
Yeah, and then every hotel they're in, they're like they had it playing.
Yep.
I will say his favorite book is 1619. Now that's saying something. That's making a statement. I will give him props for. No one else
Yeah.
has done that. And then his favorite app is Ref Masters, which I don't know what that is, but I assume it's about refing. So maybe he's the Joe Mazzulla of refs. Wants to visit
Yeah.
Africa. We got it. Okay. Bucket list: becoming mayor of Chicago.
And I wrote, I'm going to go behind the scenes a little bit. You shared this segment with me, and
Yeah.
this fact, and I looked at it in the doc, and I said, that means he is corrupt.
That's it. I mean,
If you want to be the mayor of Chicago, you basically just want to be a criminal.
He's at least willing to be corrupt, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm down. I know what bribes are. Yeah. So we should investigate James Williams. Also, if you take Mayor of Chicago and his favorite show Snowfall, that we have 2 data points that this man wants to be a crime lord.
2 points to make a line.
Yeah, and that line is a vertical line on a jail jumpsuit because you are arrested. James Williams.
The association has had problems in the past with this sort of behavior.
Against my dear Phoenix Suns. Yes, they have.
Yeah.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life. Okay, so let me just ask, because you know a lot of Celtics fans in your life. We only have a minute left.
Got it.
How sad will Boston fans be if they lose this game? How worried, sad, how panicked? Is it at all? Or is it like, no, it's fine?
It is none. It's absolutely zero. The bravado that exists inside of the people from the city of Boston in general will not allow them to believe that they could somehow blow this. But if they lose one more, there is a situation in which people start getting nervous because this Boston team, if you follow them all year, sometimes they go through a little bit of lull where they throw games away at the end of this in the second half. But as much as I hate to root for the city of Boston, my father-in-law loves the Celtics, and it would be nice for him to see him win.
As everyone knows, I am a Luca hater. I feel about Luca the way that every white boomer feels about Donald Trump. So it's deranged and it doesn't stop, even though no one likes me talking about it. So I want him to lose so bad.
That's a bad take, by the way. It's a bad take. Luca's great for the league, man.
I've got all sorts of bad takes. But yeah, so okay, so we have about 20 seconds left. Last thing we're going to do a total. John, thank you so much for coming on. By the way,
This is
you can
great.
see
I love
John.
it.
You can see John's work everywhere, including CBS at 11:30. What is your one unqualified prediction for the second half that does not have to be right, and you will not be held accountable for it?
I'm going to go Luca gets a 4-point play in the second half.
Okay, I
That's
am
like
going
a
to
weird,
say
dumb prediction, but like maybe it happens. I think it
yeah, it definitely could. He's hot as hell right now.
Yeah.
I will say someone is leaving this game with an injury. That's my prediction.
Okay, it's professional sports. Way to go out on a limb there.
Someone's leaving this. That hasn't happened. Someone's
Yeah, it
leaving
doesn't
this
happen that
game
much.
with
Yeah.
an injury.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and then okay, let's do
Why
one
would you
more.
predict
We have
that?
1 second.
You're like putting bad things
I
in
don't
the
know.
universe.
Give me a McLaughlin group thumbs up, thumbs down. Will Porzingis play 1 second in this game? Okay, good. We got it. John, thank you so much for coming on. The third quarter is starting now. We will see you maybe in a game 5. If not, thank you for spending your season with the halftime show.
Hell yeah.